Hey everybody, this is D Hunter for another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the Mafex, The Boys, Soldier Boy. This is Soldier Boy from Season 3, the character that you just love to hate. I got this guy from AmiAmi.com. If you're ordering your Mafex figures from Big Bad Toy Store or an America website, you're probably paying far too much. I'll put a link in the comments below, or the description. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see, The Boys, Soldier Boy by Mafex. This is the 238th figure in the Mafex line. Here he is in the package. We have a bunch of accessories, shields, heads, weapons. One side of the package, The Boys. Other side, same thing, with Soldier Boy posed up. And at the back, here he is, posed up with a bunch of different accessories and interchangeable parts. At the bottom, there's a bunch of credits and his barcode, if that helps. So with no further ado, let's open him up. Alright, now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all the accessories laid out. He comes with quite a bit of stuff. We have 10 alternate hands, totaling 12 interchangeable hands, 3 heads, a display stand, a helmet, a knife and a sheath, a flask and a microphone, and then 2 of his shields. Before I deload all that, let's talk about and check out the figure. So this is Soldier Boy. His real name is Ben. He's played by Jensen Ackles. In the TV show, he was a leader of a team called Payback during World War II. He's a soup, a human, altered to be a superhero. His powers include superhuman strength, durability, and the ability to emit radiation blasts, which he didn't seem to have full control of when he was awoken from his long slumber. He was sort of frozen, kind of similar to Captain America, and then reawoken in modern times. But unlike Captain America, this guy is a real motherfucker. He's also the father of Homelander, so more and more stuff is revealed as you watch the show. I believe he's actually getting his own spin-off prequel show to The Boys, and that should be cool. So let's take a closer look. Starting with his face here, I think the likeness is pretty damn good. I can see Jensen Ackles for sure. He's got the scruffy beard, the hair. It's just very well done. Nice texturing on the suit in certain parts, sort of underneath the armor. Then he's got this chest armor with like an eagle on the front. He was a U.S. soldier. His team of soups worked for the U.S. military. You can see he's got a sheath here, which will be interchangeable with the other ones. Double jointed elbows and knees, it appears. All kind of different armor knee pads and straps on his suit. You can see a couple different stars for the American Army. Another eagle on his shoulder. Overall, it's a very good looking figure, and that likeness is excellent. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. Like I said, I think they did an excellent job on it. And then, here's the figure, broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's check out his accessories. And let's start off with the display stand. When the main 3 parts of the display stand are put together, it's going to look like this. We have the large flat base with 3 different holes to attach the post. Then the post is here. It can rotate at the bottom. It's hinged at the bottom, hinge in the middle, hinge near the top, rotation near the top, and a clamp to hold your figure. Now let's check out his hands. He has a total of 12 hands, 6 left hands, and 6 right hands. Here's a look at his first pair of hands. These are his fists. And here's his second pair of hands. This is a pair of gripping hands. And his third pair of hands. This is a pair of smaller gripping hands, probably for his knife. And his next pair of hands. This looks like a pair of pinching hands, probably to hold something small. And here's his 5th pair of hands. These are a pair of pointing hands. And his 6th and final pair of hands. These are a pair of open hands. And now for his heads. He has 3 of them. One unmasked with a regular expression, one unmasked with an angry expression, and one with the helmet on. Here's a look at his first head. This one has the regular expression. And then his second head. This one has the angry expression. And here's his third head. This one has his helmet on. Kind of like Captain America. And then we have this loose version of his helmet. It doesn't actually fit onto his head. It's a shell of the helmet, so you can have him unmasked, holding this under one arm, which I think is a pretty cool touch. So you can have Soldier Boy there with his helmet on. And then, taking his helmet off, and then holding it under one arm. Then we have his shields. Good sculpting detail, good paint detail. It has all kind of little nicks and scuffs all over it. It's been through serious use. It's an American Eagle. You can sort of strap it across his arms. Then the damaged one, pretty much the same thing, except it's got some sort of burn all the way through it. Here's Soldier Boy carrying his shield on his side, and then here he is holding it, defending himself in action. And then here, with the battle damaged shield, after he's been fighting through some action. Here's a look at his knife. He has the knife in the sheath to attach to his side. He has the knife out of the sheath to hold, and then an empty sheath to alternate and attach to his side as well. The knife itself, it looks pretty good. Good sculpting detail on the blade. Here's Soldier Boy with the knife in the sheath attached to his leg, and then with the alternate sheath without the knife attached to his leg. That way, when he's holding the knife, it won't still be in the sheath on his leg. And his last couple of accessories. We have a microphone and a flask. So, microphone here. Nothing really special going on there. And then we have a little flask. I can put this to a lot of use. Here's Soldier Boy holding the microphone, and then here, holding onto that flask. Now that I've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing about 6.3 inches tall, which can translate to around 16 centimeters. And for his articulation, starting with his head, of course, it can rotate side to side. He can look up about that far, down about that far, very nice. Can tilt his head from one side to the other. He's articulation both at the top of his neck and the bottom of his neck, giving him a very good range of motion. Shoulders on a ball joint goes out about 90 degrees. Up, down, around. He's got this sort of butterfly joint, increasing the range of motion in almost every direction. Bicep cut. Double jointed elbows, they go in about that far. His wrists can rotate, and it's hinged as well. Ball joint is torso. Rotate around, forward and back. Another one in his waist. Rotate around, forward and back. Between the two, very good range of motion. Legs, let's get rid of the knife. Almost complete as splits. Ball joints inside of there. Kind of drop down hips. Not too bad though. Rotation's pretty good. They go forward all the way. Back not much. Single jointed knees. Well, double jointed actually, they go back pretty far. And that is ankle. Forward and back. Rotate. Tilt rock, at least a little bit. And toe articulation. Here's Soldier Boy as it just uses energy blast through the city streets, causing a hole through this brick wall. And a closer look at Soldier Boy, just doing his thing. Now let's check him out next to some other action figures, starting off with some other of the boys' figures. Here's Soldier Boy next to Homelander, his father, and the Butcher. He's both tried to kill Homelander and Soldier Boy time and time again throughout the show. And then here he is with Black Noir and Starlight, the most recent figures in Mafex's The Boys collection. And so here's the entire Mafex The Boys collection. Now the next couple to come out are going to be A-Train and The Deep. And then we know Queen Maeve is coming after them. There is also, I believe, a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive bloodied up Homelander that I would love to get, but I have no idea if it's even possible for me to order that somehow. If anybody has any information on that, please drop me in the comments below. Both that one and the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Black and Gray Nightfall Batman, I would love to get my hands on those. And then here he is with NECA's The Boys collection, Homelander, Black Noir, and Starlight. At one point we saw a prototype for A-Train, but that was so many years ago it seems like NECA must have abandoned this license. And so what's the connection with Jensen Ackles and Batman? Well, he voiced Jason Todd in the Red Hood and Under the Red Hood, fantastic performance, and he's voiced Batman in a bunch of recent animated Batman films, at least 5+ of them at this point. A lot of people are pitching for Jensen Ackles to play Batman in the James Gunn universe, and I was kind of opposed to it for a while, because I keep thinking of him from Supernatural, but he's a lot older now, and you know what, it probably would make a pretty good Batman. I think back in the day he would have made a fantastic Nightwing, but he's 47 years old, so probably would be a decent fit. Here's a little tease of him in the bat suit. Here's Soldier Boy, next to a Hasbro Captain America. Soldier Boy is like a shitty version of Captain America, just as tough, but just so bad. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in, both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a Mafex figure, they are typically the 6-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of these smaller action figure lines I collect, and work my way larger. But first, let's check him out with some of his Mafex brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figures, all from Mafex Toys, all 6-inch scale. And now, with some Jazzwares Fortnite figures and SH Figure Arts action figures. Here he is, next to a pair of my wife's sunglasses. And here he is, with some Hasbro Marvel Legends and Mattel DC figures. Then, with both some Jazzwares and Mattel wrestling figures. And now, with some Mezco and NECA figures. Next, with some DC Direct and McFarlane toys. And finally, with some Diamond Select toys and Jakks Pacific wrestling figures. So overall, this is a fantastic Soldier Boy figure. The likeness to Jensen Ackles is outstanding. His accessories, got tons of them. I'm surprised he didn't come with any guns, but it's not his usual weapon. The shield is what he always has. His articulation's fantastic. Sculpt and paint job are excellent. If I were to rate this guy, I don't see any reason to give him less than an 8 out of 10. A very solid release. Mafex, the boys' figures are just getting better and better, and I can't wait to add more to the collection. So this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.